Hi, my name is Gonzalo Tudela, and I'm an alumni at Capilano University. Probably one of the few alumni here who's actually not from any of the programs, from the business program. I'm also CFA candidate, and I only heard about this maybe 2 days ago. So I'm trying to come in here with more of a solution-based approach from a business perspective, and maybe you guys can have this dialogue where you can see the financial discussion that happens on this side. So. I have not had a chance to check over your financial statements, so that's an important thing. But what I did notice is that you guys are independently audited by KPMG. So they are being audited right now. I assume they're going to be audited for the next year in the financial statements. So I see your independent request for independent audits, and I think it's already being done. If you guys want someone else, ask for it. But KPMG is one of the big fours and one of the best in the world. So that's one aspect. Second aspect, what we have from the business side is we have a lot of a very strong accounting program, which is producing very high quality CAs. Now, if you don't know what a CA is, right now, previously there was 3 CA designations: a CGA, CMA, or 3 accounting designations: CGA, CA, and CMA. The CAs are revered as being the top, the best there is in the financial world. Next to that is something called a CFA, which is a financial analyst. Those guys are the market players, the investors, and that type of stuff. So this school has a history of producing people to get into the CAA program. That's a very powerful thing, and that means that we have very powerful alumni. So one of the things I'd like to suggest is let's call upon our alumni and pull together all of this talent to look at this. And what we need from you is we need all of the internal documents, how your management is looking at the internal finances, not what you report to the public, but the internal stuff, so we can see how you're utilizing things. Would you be open to allowing us to do that, given a confidentiality agreement or anything like that?
Well, yes. I mean, the audited statements are they're public information. That's
but what I'm almost requesting is a little bit of a deeper look into how you're internally dealing with things, so we can see if we see inefficiencies that we've been taught to look for by this university and others. Position to put the university in, and I don't expect an answer right now. But I can tell you that in the last 2 days, I've already started to talk to some of my friends, some of my CA friends, and they're willing to help and volunteer to help. Because when I look at this isn't a problem just for the art students, this is a problem for our university.
It is, the whole university.
So, among looking at some things, a few ideas that I've come up with is how are we being rated as creditors? Could we potentially issue bonds or create special purpose vehicles to create funds? For example, we sell off all of our buildings, pull the assets into a fund, and then portion off interest payments and or rent. So what happens is we have X amount of years that they're locked in, investors are locked in for, let's say, 5 years. In those 5 years, we run out an improvement efficiency program where we can get a handle on particular costs that we see or your students have kind of looked at and said, well, hey, have you noticed this, 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 and this? I think there are ways that we can come up with sort of business-wise solutions. The question is how long and how much time can we have to work on this? How much of a crunch are we really?
Well, the board has to approve a balanced budget. And I think Cindy Turner, who's in our finance department, has always, I have to say, always had a very open door policy. I know she's worked with the CSU Student Union, and certainly we have worked with government to try to find some creative solutions. You have to understand, though, that we are really hamstrung by government along a whole number of fronts around debt and deficit and all kinds of things. And I don't know, Cindy, I don't really want to get in a conversation about financing right now, but absolutely, Cindy's office is always open for conversation, and if you've got alums who have background, I'm sure that Cindy and her team would be more than happy to talk to you. We're always looking for creative solutions.
Okay, great. That sounds good.